Hello, everyone out there. Welcome back to another edition of i2i Live, where we talk about Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars news. My name is Kyle. I am one half of the i2i crew. The other half is missing tonight, my wife Jessica. So tonight you are stuck with me again. And let's be honest, these are the most fun nights when it's just me having full reign of the show for the entire night. Whether you believe that or not, it's up to you. But nonetheless, just me tonight, unfortunately, to talk about Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars news for this past week. Jessica, unfortunately, has come down with a cold and is not going to be on here tonight discussing with it, which is probably honestly going to make it, not as funny. Let's be honest. She is the comedic relief in terms of she provides the comedy at my expense. Hey, love family, good to see you guys. Yeah, it's just going to be me, and yes, she is very sick. Now, I will say this for those of you watching on Facebook Live, which Jessica may be doing already, she will most likely, as she's laying in bed or whatever she's doing to get better right now, tuning in and maybe commenting and providing a little bit of that comic relief that you guys are so accustomed to already. I think I even saw Alex pop in there as well. Good to see you too, Alex, and all of those. I think we've probably got a bunch of our regulars already in here. Daniel Halverson, good to see you, buddy. Um, yeah, I really hope that she gets better soon because I do not have the best skills in caring for someone who is sick. And there's Jessica, like right on cue in the chat with us. So she is here in spirit with us, guys, tonight. She may not be here on video with me, but she's going to provide, I'm sure, some commentary and making fun of me this entire time. Jessica, if you're watching right now, Alex says he hopes you feel better. But yeah, so I think we've got the majority of our normal crew here tonight. So if you guys, you know the drill, and for those of you watching for the first time, or maybe lurking in the background somewhere, do me a favor. Make sure you share this link out right now live or even after this. We put this up on our YouTube channel after all this is done. We're done talking about stuff for the night. Want to get as many people in here to be part of the conversation as possible tonight because it is always more fun when we have lots more there. She says, stand by, I'm moving to YouTube. So maybe Jessica's going to join the chat over there. I didn't know she had her own YouTube account for her. I don't know. Kind of makes me worried. She's going to like derail my show again. Um, so a reminder for everybody out there tonight, for regulars and for people who may be watching the first time, you are still competing for the best hashtag of the night throughout the show. That'll go on the title at the end of this. Probably needs to be on the shorter side because it won't fit all the way if it's not. But we've had some pretty good long ones in the past. That Disney Pin Guy, good to see you. Welcome. And also hit that like button, or as you folks say in the comments section, smash that like button if you don't mind as well, because that obviously does help get us some views there. Kyle Show Rebooted. I like that. Hashtag Kyle Show Rebooted. Oh, and it looks like Jessica's actually in the chat right now. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull the actual live comments up on our channel because I want to be able to see. It's hard to watch them come through, up here. Oh, Andy's here tonight. Don't worry. I will be responsible for the derailments. I have no doubts. Andy and I actually used to work together at the zoo, and he was always the cause of derailment for me. Oh, you're actually giving me like credit, Jess, for taking good care of you. I appreciate that. I'm not a nurse like you, but I know how to take care of animals, and technically you are an animal. I could take that even further, but I'm not going to because I love you. So, like I said before, Jessica's here just in the comments section tonight, so you guys can hang out with her via comments tonight, all of that. So, normal stuff that we do here. I have a list of news items. You're the pig. What's the hashtag? You're the pig. What is that about? But hashtag Jess is an animal. I love that one. I'm gonna write that down because I know I can go back and look at it here, but that is a good one right there. Is that a new Goofy mug behind you, love family? That one? That's a Pluto mug. Unless there's something else I'm trying to see what you've possibly seen somewhere in the background over here. I don't have a Goofy mug that I know of. There's a Mickey one hidden behind there. Spider-Man, Civil War. Oops, Pluto. There you go. Yeah, I've had that one on the show before. This is a Momentum one. It's Disney related. It's a Lou Mangello thing. I know we feel like we pitch him every single time on our shows. We might as well be doing advertisements for him. It's been a long day for you guys, Love Family. Look, what was a long day was when I realized you were having all the fun at Disney World last week. I do want us to like maybe talk about that a little bit too. I know it's hard to have a conversation through comments, but you know, if you want to share some things about your trip throughout this, you know, we always like to live vicariously through each other when we go to Disney World, because let's be honest, it's too expensive sometimes to go there, and sometimes you know, it's a little longer than we like in between times we go there. Oh, they say hashtag best trip ever. So far, that's another one that's caught my best trip ever. Here's what I want from you, Love Family. So I think this will go hashtag until the next trip. I want from you the top 3 things that what's the top 3 things that you did on your trip? Experiences, all that kind of stuff. I think that'd be a little easier for us to talk about it through that. Jessica's asking, did anyone else see the Dole Whip cupcake recipe? That came through our friend Allison, shared it with us on, yes, hashtag Kyle Show, on our Facebook account, and it was about a Dole Whip recipe for cupcakes that Jessica, I'm sure, is going to make for me, probably for my birthday. Hint, hint. No, if I'm serious though, Jess, I still want my Oreo pie and my cookies and everything else that you usually make me for my birthday. So there's your hints dropped right there. But like I was kind of saying, I do want to know what topics that you want to talk about tonight. Love Family, I want to hear about your trip, those 3 things that you remember from your trip. But also, here are a couple of the other topics I want to hit, and you guys can sound off in the comments if there's something that you'd rather talk about tonight, or something of the list that I say that you're interested in. Obviously, we can talk about the big elephant in the room, Infinity War. Let me come back to that, because I want to ask a question to everybody in here who may or may not be Marvel fans. We're not going to, as of this moment, no spoilers. Hashtag no spoilers. There's Jim Henson's Remembrance Day, or I call it Remembrance Day, the anniversary of his, unfortunately, passing, but I think it's good to kind of talk about Jim Henson and his influence on the Disney company. So I thought that would be a good topic tonight, maybe. The parade fire with the dragon at Magic Kingdom. We obviously mentioned maybe talking about the Love Family's trip. And we might need to talk about something interesting like Disney attendance-wise that I saw in a news article today. So here, hold on one second. I know this is going to be really awkward. I've never done this before, and I should have done this before we got on here. I need to plug in my phone because the battery is drained. So like, there's going to be nobody here for 2 seconds, but just hang tight. See, this is what happens when Jessica is not here. Everything goes haywire. So we're going to try to not mess up the screen too much and maybe get this, oh man, maybe get this fixed properly. Okay, feel like I'm still on screen, and now this tangled mess of stuff I've got to fix now too. So not only are you getting just me tonight, you're getting the full technical setup for i2i tonight, i2i Live. Let's see while I'm trying to untangle this and see what people said here. Oh, I think I got, let's see, comments. All right, Love Family says, our top 3 favorite memories, eating a Dole Whip for Kyle. Of course, that should always be your top memory there. Thank you guys so much for doing that for me. I'm jealous of you, and you know, I will admit that I'm probably angry at you for having one when I wasn't, but at the same time, since you did it for me, I'm appreciative. Did you guys have it in the Magic Kingdom, or did you have it at Aloha Isle, not Aloha Isle, the Pineapple Lanai in the Polynesian? Because that's, you know, I know I'm out of screen again, but trying to on the fly fix this. Okay. Whew. Fixed it. Did you guys have it on the Pineapple Lanai or all that stuff. Let's see. Oh, you had it in Magic Kingdom. Here's the thing about having a Dole Whip in the Magic Kingdom. You have to take the Dole Whip over to Frontierland, and you have to sit in those I think there's rocking chairs there, or at least find a bench or something, and just people watch from there. I know like the drink theme doesn't fit with Frontierland, but there's just nothing better than a Dole Whip and people watching, and that's one of Jessica and I's fondest memories is sitting there watching that there. Meeting YouTube friends. Give some shout outs to some of the people that are, that you met there in the comment section here. Maybe they might want to come and join. And Flight of Passage. I mean, seriously, Flight of Passage is the absolute bomb. It is I think it's like the cornerstone for what Disney attractions are going to be for the foreseeable future. Obviously, they're going to, be economical and not make everything a Flight of Passage type of thing, but because I'm sure that was exorbitant amounts of money. But I think that is the beginning of a new age for Disney. Nothing but Disney. You're here and you've got a new logo. It looks like with Incredibles theme on there. I love it, by the way. Nice to see you tonight. We have literally everyone here tonight, even though it's just Nothing But Disney. Jessica's sick tonight. If you haven't figured that out in the comments section there, but we'll make it work with me tonight. All right, let's see. A bunch of other comments here. Parade Fire, I missed a lot, says that Disney Pin guy. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. The dragon, if you've ever been to the Magic Kingdom Festival of Fantasy Parade, is a really cool, I won't call it an animatronic. I guess it really is, but it's like it looks almost skeletal. And it's supposed to be Maleficent's dragon. And then it kind of moves, breathes fire. And it's done this for years. And then all of a sudden decide to burst into flames. There is video of it everywhere across social media. If you have not seen it, you need to go see it. There's a couple angles where they shoot the fire extinguisher at it. And it kind of looks, because you can see like engulfed in all the fire extinguisher fumes and stuff like that, but all of a sudden the dragon's head comes back through and it's still on fire and it just looks like something out of a movie. It's really crazy. Jessica wanted to talk about, so honey, I'm really sad that you're not here tonight to talk about that, because I knew you, because I could just see you going, oh, let's talk about that. So let's see. Jessica, I was prepared. It's just I didn't expect my battery warning to come up that quickly, like not even a third of the way through the show tonight. Oh, wow, did anyone get it on video that we know of? I mean, this, like I said, that is all over social media. All you need to do is look up Magic Kingdom Fire, and it will come up, and you will get to see it. It's sad, but it's kind of cool at the same time to see such a cool float with the element fire, using it in a way it wasn't intended to. I mean, but it is sad too. Love Family says we met with A Disney Life for Me. I've seen them on here before. I haven't seen them in a while. Steph's Day Off, R. John's, Disney Vacation Family, Theme Park Brews, and a few more. Y'all met a lot of people. That is, we were involved in the Disney social media community last time we were there, but we just haven't gotten as involved as we are now. I think like that's something we really need to do, is announce where we're going to be at a certain point, and maybe we can have some people meet up, not just with us, but meet up together and just kind of say hello and things like that, because it's really weird how we all seem to plan trips at the same time. I found chances are there's someone that you know from Disney Facebook or Disney Twitter or whatever social media platform that you end up meeting with them. Oh, I'd love to meet you guys, Love Family. I mean, I've watched your vlogs and I feel like we know you already. Anybody, that Disney Pin guy, I mean, we love Disney. We love Marvel, we love Star Wars, but, what makes it is the people, and that's why we do the show. Like, I know I'm preaching right now, but we always say that this show is not about us. Yes, we're in front of the camera, but it's more about you guys, because if you weren't here, we're just boring people talking into a screen and never making a difference, really. So that's what this is about. You guys are the reason we do this. Let's see. Let's see. We were. Oh, Love Family says they were at a different park that day. Kind of bummed, but nice that you didn't have to see that. That is very lucky on your part that you didn't have to see that. Hashtag it's about people. I love it. Somebody else has got to step their game up. I love that hashtag. Not so boring after all. All right, I'm going to stop writing them down because there are too many good ones up here. I'll just go back through at the end of this and we'll pick some. I got a couple written down about that. By the way, this logo is just temporary for The Incredibles 2 coming out. I like how you're doing that, Nothing But Disney, how you are incorporating certain things into, at least now it seems like you're doing that into your logo. I think that's really creative with what you're doing there. I mean, your old one was good, but I think if you keep that up, that's great stuff. Let's see. Daniel Halverson does Disney classics or Pixar. Now, that is a very convoluted answer, and I think if you push me to it, I'll say Pixar because they have the heart of the classics. But at the same time, I think, you know, the humor is more of our age in Pixar. I love the classics, but I think I'll pick Pixar in that. What does everybody else think? Pixar or classics for Daniel's question? Andy just watched the Parade Fire video. The aftermath looked like something out of a horror movie. Kind of cool, but unfortunate. I think that's like everybody's response, Andy, is like, you're first like, oh no, but then you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then you feel bad for saying it's cool. And then you're sad realizing that float is not, it's not destroyed, but it's definitely not going to come back the way it was. That is for dang sure because A, it's torn up, and they probably will have some changes to it to either make sure that doesn't happen again or the fire element will be removed altogether. Love Family feels the dragon will not be back. You might be right. You are making churros for my Spanish class last day fiesta. But the question is, Nothing But Disney, will they be as good as the ones in the Magic Kingdom or in Disney? That's the good question there. Love Family says classics in the Pixar versus classics question. You know, like I said, I mean, I don't think there's a wrong answer here, but if you're going to, I hate using the expression, put a gun to my head because that's really graphic, but you know, if you push me to it, I'll say classics. Daniel says I'll say classics because without them we wouldn't have everything. And see, that is the logic I can get behind. I can get behind it. And Jessica says classics too. Okay, I'm the only anybody out there okay with Pixar in that scenario like me. I feel alone here tonight. Andy, now here's I know some of our viewers maybe aren't Avengers, Marvel fans, but you know, we try to cover all the basics here. I want to know this question first. Has anyone not seen Avengers Infinity War on here? Because I'm trying to be careful about these live shows. But it's one thing if you go watch our videos that we do reviews of, that we clearly say spoil. It says spoilers in the titles usually, but then also we say at the beginning and remind you throughout, do not listen, get away, run away as far as you can. Is there anyone watching right now that has not seen it? I'm not saying we're going to talk about spoilers tonight, but Andy and I have been really wanting to talk about this, and he even mentioned that we talk about it on the show tonight, but I kind of felt like it'd be kind of dangerous too, because you never know who watches our show that may not have seen it. And I want to be respectful, but at the same time, I mean, if everybody's like, if you know, it's 3 weeks almost 4 weeks now past it, I think it's the time that we maybe talked about some of it. I've seen Infinity War 4 times and almost attempted to do a 5th. Daniel, why do you continue to punish yourself? I don't understand it, sir. I really don't. Not in the sense that it's not a good movie, just in the sense that this movie just wrecked my feelings. I agree, Nothing But Disney. I've seen it twice. I will admit that I considered doing it a 4th time, but I just don't know if I can watch something happen again. If you've watched our review, go watch it. I don't know if my little heart can take that anymore. That is one gut-wrenching thing to talk about and watch over and over again. Yeah, I think once, you know, I've been trying to convince a lot of people, some people at work that aren't Marvel fans, that even if you're not, and if you think you'll be confused, this is a movie that you want to see in theaters because it's crazy, and it's really cool. It's really unique. I don't know. I just think everybody should go see it in theaters. It's really good. I think what we'll do, just to be on the safe side tonight, Andy, but you can offer non-spoiler thoughts if you're interested. Um, just let's do no spoilers tonight. I think if we wait like a month and then we could talk some about it, then it would just kind of make things a little bit safer for everybody. But I will, we've said it before. Um, I I really like the movie. I think we even said on a little. I was on a different show, but I was talking with someone about where does it rank. I think in the MCU movies, it's definitely like it's in the top three. Do I put it over the Avengers? I don't think so. Do I put it over Spider-Man: Homecoming? Definitely not. So I think it's going to sit right there at my three spot for favorite movies. And I know you've got Civil War, Winter Soldier, all that stuff, but it does such a good job managing so many different parts, so many different characters, so many moments. It's got to be in your top three, I think. And he says we'll talk separately about it some other time. No worries. But for those of you who've seen it, I want to know this in the comments section. How many stars would you give it? 1 out of 5. So 5 being the best. I give it 5 stars, obviously. We do rating systems in our reviews if you haven't watched them on our YouTube channel of, something related to it. Like I think we did Infinity Gauntlet. So I gave it 5 Infinity Gauntlets in our review. I should definitely go check that out if you haven't. But how many Infinity Gauntlets would you give it? 5 for sure, Andy says. I've had not surprised in the least that you said that, Andy. All I can say is, what a cliffhanger. You telling me. My feelings fell off that cliff and came back and fell off again and again and again. It continues falling off as I continue to cry myself to sleep at night. Yes, you should get Black Panther on DVD, but if you have a Blu-ray player, that's something you need to see on Blu-ray. I am probably going to wait on Black Panther for the DVD set, such as my nice little Phase 2 thing with the orb, which I'm going to drop probably up here, to get all of them at once. I already have Spider-Man: Homecoming and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because Jessica loved that one and I love the other, the Spider-Man one. But I think I'm going to get the collector's set for that. Nothing But Disney says 4. I mean, 4 is a pretty good ranking there. Oh, Jessica says, well, crap, I was getting you that for your birthday. Seeing how it's not even out yet. Oh, you're talking about Infinity War. I mean, you can get it, but I'm still going to get the collector's edition. Besides, the movie itself won't even be out. Hashtag spoilers for birthday there. Oh, Black Panther. Yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. No, I mean, you can get it, Jess. It's just, I'm still going to get the collector's set. I do love Marvel. I really do. It's all because of Spider-Man. Daniel says, do you think it will cross the 2 billion mark? My ranking, Guardians, Infinity War, Civil War, Winter Soldier, Avengers. That's a good ranking system there. Here's what I'll say. I'll move away from some Marvel talk because I know some people are here for other things besides Marvel. Talking about, do I think it'll cross the 2 billion? I just checked it before the show went of the highest grossing films of all time. It is now officially number 4. So it is number 4, and it is about, if my math is correct, 400 million away from The Force Awakens, which is number 3. It is possible for it to cross 2 billion and to beat Force Awakens, but will it? I don't know. It's got to have a pretty strong, probably Memorial Day weekend showing for it to do damage. It is definitely not going to beat Titanic or Avatar, but it is definitely going to do very well. I think it definitely will cross 2 billion. Probably will beat Force Awakens. If it were able to beat Titanic, that would make my day. But nothing's going to beat Avatar. I wish you would beat Avatar too, Daniel, but it's not going to happen. Yes, I am a fanboy. As far as Spider-Man, I have to say the current incarnation is my favorite so far. Yes, there's some changes I don't like, but when you take it as a whole, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. A lot, a lot. All right, enough Marvel talk right now, unless we have something else come up. But I do want us to kind of talk about a couple of other things here. We talked about the parade fire. Um, I do want to mention, if anybody's a Star Wars fan, that there was the announcement that Star Wars Celebration, which is the biannual gathering of Star Wars fans. I've never been to it. I'd love to go to it. When it was in Orlando, that killed me because I wanted to be there, but I couldn't. Um, that is going to be in Chicago. I think it's April 11th through the 15th of next year. So if you're from the Midwest, I think they call it, Chicago area, you are very lucky, and I hope you go to it for me because I definitely won't be making it this next time around, but I think it's really cool. Yeah, I think Solo is going to be good, nothing but Disney. I think Solo, speaking of Solo, I'm going Solo tonight. Um, I think it's really going to surprise some people. You're going to see it probably do about as well as Rogue One did, maybe a little bit better. But I think the pessimistic outlook that it originally had is not warranted after we kind of. I guess it was warranted at the time, but I'm really excited for it. You'll hear more. We'll be talking plenty about that in the next coming weeks after we watch the movie, review it, and we'll talk about it on live shows too, as well. Anybody out there a Muppets fan? I know this is kind of child stuff, but Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, all that stuff, Jim Henson stuff. I forgot that Jim Henson had passed away this time of year, so many years ago, 1991, I believe it was. He is such an integral part of the Disney company in terms of his contributions, how he affected things that happened. I think that he is, if you made a list of the most influential people on the Disney company, of course, I'm just speaking right here, from kind of off the cuff here. I think he is top 10 influential. Hashtag Gonzo's not real. That's from a past show, isn't it? That one, Gonzo for life, and that Disney pin guy. Okay, all right. I asked this in our social media, and we got some great responses, especially on Facebook. I want to know your favorite, not just Muppet, but your favorite Jim Henson character across the board. Now, keep in mind that means Yoda, because Yoda was the puppet made by the Henson Productions. I don't know what their official title, Jim Henson Productions or something like that. But let me know. Let's see in the comment section who you like. If I went back and forth, initially I say Gonzo's my favorite, and then I forgot Walter and Stettler. That is awesome. I grew up on Fraggle Rock, so there's that. I had a Bert and an Ernie, and I really was partial to Bert when I was a kid. But then, who was it that I realized was my favorite? Gosh, why am I blanking? It's not Animal. I'm blanking on my favorite. I'm getting old, guys. Bunsen and Beaker are great. Fozzie says Love Family. Ernie says Jessica. Why am I blank? It's probably Walter and Stettler. Waldorf and Stettler. I think say Walter, Waldorf and Stettler. They are hilarious. Gosh, I need to be. I wish I didn't have to do it on my phone, or I'd pull it up on who I said was my favorite this week. Oh, Sam Eagle. This is a tribute to all nations, but mostly America. It is the American way, the British way. What movie is that from? What quote is that? I need to know if anybody knows it tonight. That is probably my favorite line, but mostly America. My favorite. That is the pin guy. Put that in a hashtag and you might win tonight. My favorite quote from Beaker is beep, 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 beep. Love Family loves it too. Hi, see what I did there? But yeah, in all seriousness, I think Jim Henson is a huge part of the Disney company, a huge part of why we love Disney. Not I speak for me and Jessica, but also for people around the world. I don't think people realize how big a deal he was. and his company still is. And I wish that they would start doing something a little bit more with the Muppets. I think personally, if you've been to Walt Disney recently, that you will see a couple of spots where they could utilize them. I think the most prominent one is probably, of course, there's another thing that could go in this spot, the Imagination Pavilion at Epcot. I think that could be Inside Out themed if they wanted to do a layover it, but also they could go to Wonders of Life if they ever decided to reopen that. But I think the Imagination Pavilion could definitely, and they could almost take the film. Oh, okay. So imagine this. So one day, I know they've made changes to keep Muppet. I forget the area, but more Muppet Courtyard at Hollywood Studios. But what if they took the theater right next to Imagination Pavilion at Epcot, put a new Muppets 3D film in there, but also had them be in Imagination Pavilion? That, I think, solidifies their place there for a long time. Because not only do you have one, but two attractions, or they could even get rid of the film altogether, take over that theater, make an even bigger and better attraction for Muppets. Maybe a Muppet show live. That's all I'm saying. I would love it. Just gonna throw that out there. Hey Jesse, I just saw you in the Facebook comments. Sam Eagle, he's right on with me, brother. Right on. And you'll see that I'm sporting the Momentum Cup tonight. He knows what this is about. Nothing but Disney says Epcot must update Imagination, the land, and the seas. Now, here's what I'll say about that. And I know we're kind of going over on our time here that we normally do, but I want to say that. I talk about this. The land, I think, is, maybe there's, obviously they need to do something with the Circle of Life Theater, which is no longer functioning. The Soarin' is about as good as it can get. I don't know about everybody else, but I love Living with the Land. It is a top 5 attraction for me. Yes, make fun of me now. I don't care. I love Living with the Land. It may need some updates, but I don't think there's much that they can do. I love eating in that place. I love going to Soarin', Living with the Land. I haven't done Behind the Siege yet, but I would love to do that. Oh, there's Amanda. Good to see you tonight. Oh, I actually agree. I enjoy that ride a lot. I mean, call me corny and cheesy, but I love some good edutainment. The attractions are fine, needs an interior update. So maybe like colors, things like that would make it a lot better. Maybe. I haven't done Living with the Land, but so want to. Soarin' should be updated with tech from Flight of Passage. But then we just get a carbon copy. I think for what it is, Soarin' is perfect. That's my opinion. Amanda says, what's poppin'? Well, we're almost done, Amanda. We've talked about Jim Henson, The Parade Fire, Infinity War, Love Family's Vacation. Maybe we have time to talk about this last topic. I think it's pretty cool. But, I think that the land I love. The seas, I'm fine with the Nemo overlay, but I think you're right. I think they could do more with their aquarium. It's not an aquarium. The seas definitely could use a little bit of love. In Imagination Pavilion, we've been talking about it since we were talking about the Jim Henson thing. I think something needs to be done there. And I think Figment has his place there, even if like something like the Muppets or Inside Out were supposed to go there. Figment, it's just like Mickey is a mascot overall. He doesn't have technically his own attraction unless you count PhilharMagic. But, I think that Figment can be incorporated more across the board and not just in one little pavilion, because I love Figment. Jessica, if she were here, would be going off about how she hates Figment, but I love him. Let's see. If you sit on the side, it's on an angle. Okay, so yes, I will get on board with that. Jessica, please use restraint about Figment tonight. Yes, that is frustrating if you get a side seat. There is some distortion to it. But, okay, I can get on board with that. if there's going to be a change made to Soarin', it needs to be the distortion problem. There you go. Jessica, you're going to get people mad at you not talking about how much you hate Figment. That Disney Pin guy says, I'm talking more projection tech. Last time I wrote it, visuals were warped if sitting on the side. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. Hashtag Barney is greater than Figment. I might just kick you off for that comment. That's just bad. All right, last little, unless you have rapid fire last comments or thoughts that you want to bring up tonight. Something I noticed that was news is that Disney, or attendance for theme parks came out, and Disney had the top 3 spots, but not just the top 3 spots. 8 out of the top 9 spots. What was it? I'm trying to think. Universal Japan had the number 4 spot, and I hate to say that, but they did. And they are getting after you, Jessica. Figment Loader, that is hilarious. But yeah, so I think that the Disney attendance thing with them, it just shows how dominant they are. I mean, that place across the street from Disney World shouldn't even exist, in my opinion. I know that's an unpopular opinion for some people, but it's cool that they have the top 3 spots and the top of the 8, 9 for 2017. I mean, did we expect anything less? I mean, I basically own stock in Disney because I spend so much money there. All right, so it is time to pick hashtags of the night. Here are a couple that came to mind. Let's see. Hashtag best trip ever. Hashtag Universal is trash. Hashtag Figment Loather, new Disney brands. Lather, new Disney. Let's see here. I'm going to pick 3. So I like best trip ever. I know that's not, that's kind of, we've heard that kind of thing before, but I like it. It kind of meshes with our theme of things. Beep, 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 beep. Hashtag that's a good one. No, Jessica is not always right. I'm going back through the hashtags here. Not prepared. Jess is an animal. Okay. That's got to be... Okay, so my picks for the night are... let's see. Oh, that Disney Pin guy. I think you can... Or somebody highlighted theirs somehow. I don't know how they did it, but... where did it go? Somewhere in here. I gotta find that one. Jessica. Kyle's rebooted. Anyway. Hashtag Jessica is an animal. Hashtag beep, 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 beep. Hashtag best trip ever. Choose between those 3 tonight. I see 2 votes for beep, 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 beep. It's all about people. This was good. Okay. I mean, that's a good one. I like that. And then Andy said bork, 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 bork. I think I know the one that's probably going to win tonight. Porg, 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 porg. This is my favorite part, honestly, is where I watch you all respond to this. I'm sorry, Amanda. Infinity Wars. I do like your hashtag. It's just, we've got, it's a whole lot of competition tonight. Swedish Chef is a great one there with the bork, pork, pork, pork. Last Chance. Beep, 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 beep. Jessica's an animal. Hashtag best trip ever. Those are your hashtag choices. Your last chance to get it in right now for a vote. Don't. I like your hashtag too. Best trip ever is yours. That's why I put yours in there. And it's all about people. But I feel like we could use that on another One Love family. It's like, the overarching theme of all this. Hashtag Jess is an animal. All right, I think I'm going to call it beep, 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 beep. Is going to win it tonight. Well done. Who said that one? I cannot remember. There are a lot of comments, and there are a lot of beep, 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 beeps here at the end. That is going to be the hashtag of the show. I will put that in the comment section. Congratulations to whoever. That Disney Pin guy. There you go. You win tonight, sir. You made it to the show at the beginning. You are here participating, and that's what happens. You get the hashtag of the night. You have more chances to get those in, and that's what your reward is. So, that being said, a couple of reminders. I know this is probably where most of you tune out, but this is where I give you a couple of reminders here. We have our trailer review for Incredibles that came out this Monday. We also have a vlog. It is true. It is happening. The next part of my vlog for the January trip I took is coming out this Saturday. Get excited. And then, unless something else big happens, we might have to do something else, too. But I try not to overload you guys with videos. So, vlog this Saturday. Probably subsequent vlogs the next, couple of weeks. Because believe it or not, I took day 2 and made it into 4 different videos. They're short ones, but I think you'll enjoy them for what they are. So definitely be looking for those coming out. And then this coming Monday, we will be doing another Monday formal video. If you guys have an idea for what you want as our topic for that, if you have some ideas, something you'd rather see us do, let us know in the comments section here, anywhere else. Message us on social media. We'd love to hear from you guys what type of content you want to see from us. Jesse, I just saw your hashtag winning. It is definitely a winning hashtag, however. I've already selected that one. But seriously, I say this every week, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every week. It really is hashtag. It's about people from the Love family. So even though you didn't get the hashtag of the night, you get the hashtag of forever. It's all about people. So seriously, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of Jessica's sick little heart over there in our bedroom, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, everyone. We will do this same time, same place next week, 7:30.